It's just like, that's how it works. You take small steps. And I couldn't have written a good book until I had made 1,000 videos about childhood PTSD. And I couldn't have gotten an agent or a publisher if I didn't have like a really strong following. You, on YouTube, you make it possible to get a deal like that. That's how it is these days. Publishers want somebody with a following. And then last year, before my book came out, you guys bought 5,000 copies pre-sale. And you know what? That got everybody's attention at Amazon and the publisher. That meant a lot to them. You helped the success of this book, and we're going to do it again this year with Connectability, so get ready. You could be part of this vision in your small way and support me, and I hope that my work is supporting you. But I wanted to show people, my dream was to show people these techniques that had helped me heal and allowed me to stay alive. And I used to, I would have done it for free forever, but really it was taking like 20, 25 hours a week. And I was mom. Moms can't work and do 25 hours of something else. So something had to give, and it did. And it's just been wonderful. And now my kids are big. They're in their 20s. And here we are. So before I met my husband, when I was single and sick and tired of horrible dead-end relationships, same thing. I allowed myself to get clear what I really wanted. So even though I didn't think I could have what I wanted, I wrote it down in great detail. And I wanted to be married to someone that I totally loved and who totally loved me and who loved my kids and was willing to be a loving stepfather to them. Not a cagey, ambivalent, or God forbid, abusive stepfather, not that, but even just like the half-measured love wasn't going to be good enough. There were literally 200 things on my list. I didn't think you were allowed to do that. Not all of them were must-haves. Some was like, they can't have a drug problem. They must love my kids, that kind of thing. They can't be involved with somebody else now or ever. They got to be my monogamous man. Then there were a lot of things that were nice to haves, and they were negotiable, but I knew what they were. I knew what I liked. I knew what I wanted. And it's funny. This is not magical thinking. You don't make it happen by writing it down. You just somehow teach yourself to stop settling for something that is something other than what you want. Like, it's very obvious then, if somebody were to have come along and been like, hi, I'm really attractive to you, but I just got really drunk on the first date. Well, I've already written down, like, I must not have that. That won't work for me. So it never happened again. And in fact, once I wrote it down, I only dated one person, and it's him, my husband. Very long courtship. Some of you have heard the story. Took 5 years before we got married. And now we've been married 11 and a half years or something. So it's been a really good journey, and I'm so glad I took my time with it. I'm so glad I got clear what it needed to be, and I did not settle for less.